What's up, guys, and welcome back to part two of Mont Saint Jean, the road to 325,000 points. For those of you that didn't see the first video, just a quick recap, though I do suggest going to watch that. We're trying to crack 325,000 points for this scenario by the end of the game. So in the first video, we took the farmhouse of La Haye in the first 10 minutes or so of the scenario. So we're going to get nearly the full value of that objective that it would be worth for the entire game. So we're going to get 53,000 points in change for that objective. Then we moved into the Hougomont area, the woods in front of Hougomont with Bowden's brigade. Took that first waypoint objective, which is just a piddling 500 points, but just to get it, we got it out of the way. And near the end of the first hour, we captured Hougomont itself, which is also worth 100 points a minute, just as La Haye is. So we'll get nearly the full value of Hougomont, assuming we can hold it for the rest of the game. We should get, about 100,000 points total between these two objectives. So just these two objectives of La Haye and Hougomont should get us about a third of the way there. However, we still need a lot more points, so we're going to have to keep pushing forward here. Real briefly before I unpause the game here. Oh, I've already unpaused it. There we go. We'll pause it again here, just for a second. And so the situation over here at Hougomont is we just captured it. We just started occupying the objective. You can see we kind of snuck in on the side here to get it when it was clear. But some of the Dutch-Belgian Nassau troops are, in fact, still on the wall. So at this point now, we have skirmishers in the woods and these hedgerows here actually shooting at them from the front while we occupy Hougomont itself and are shooting them essentially in the back. We really just need to continue doing that, and these forces will break. In the meantime, you can see that while we have pushed back one battalion of the Coldstream Guard, they are bringing up, it looks like, two more here. Now, again, the Coldstream Guard is very high-quality troops. They're both level 7 veteran units, so this is probably about 1,000 men in each battalion here. So this is a good 2,000 men, not a small force. And at this point now, what we want to do is begin moving around Hougomont to the left, and we want to take this objective. This objective and the one on the other side of the Allied line, north of Papelotte. These are the two big money objectives. These are worth double what Hougomont and La Haye are. So Hougomont and La Haye are worth 100 points a minute, but these two big boys right here, this one here and this one on the other side of the Allied lines, these are worth 200 points a minute. So these in and of themselves are worth, probably close to 100,000 points to us each. If we can capture them. So between La Haye, Hougomont, and these two objectives, that should get us really close. And then probably the rest of it, we're just going to have to inflict some Allied casualties to put us over the top there. So what I'd like to do now, as we before I unpause the game here, is we will regroup Soy's brigade here, who I basically sent some units forward to tangle with some skirmishers we had out here, as well as break down one of the Coldstream Guard battalions. And I've got them a little separated right now. We've got some skirmishers out and whatnot, although I think I recalled most of them. So I want to regroup them, and I'm probably going to bring Jamin's brigade into action as well. I think I'll take Bowden's brigade and essentially make them Hougomont holders, because they got to finish clearing off these Nassau Dutch-Belgian units off the wall, get more units into Hougomont and secure that. And they're all, I got half the brigade detached and in skirmish, with a lot of skirmishes kicked out. So I think they're just going to become kind of Hougomont holders. And I think it would be easier, just as I'm setting Soy up here and kind of getting his brigade back into formation, to just bring up Jammin'. He's right over here. And we also have Pyre's cavalry here to work with. That we're just going to use for formation controllers. And what I want to do is shift some of these guns over here. Maybe this horse battery here, maybe this battery, because we do not need to be bombarding Hougomont or the woods anymore. These are just wasted guns at the moment. And start shifting them over to the left to soften these 3 battalions up. And then what we can do is bring the cavalry up, force these units into square, send out skirmishers to just shoot them up and run them off. If we're really lucky, we can lure the Coldstream Guard units this way and actually do the same thing to them. If we can do that, there is nothing but cavalry really back here that I can see, besides these 2 Coldstream Guard units. This is kind of all cavalry between us and the objective. The thing we have to do is get rid of these guns. So if we can force all these units into square and just shoot them up with artillery and skirmishers and make them run, then what we can do once that is out of the way is just send a couple of cavalry squadrons, maybe split a cavalry brigade in half, and just run down all these guns. Either capture them or make them limber up and get out of there. And then we can move in and set up shop on this objective here. We can form square to keep the enemy cavalry from getting to us. With the guns gone, our squares will be relatively safe. Then we can roll up our guns behind the square, set up the fortress, yada yada. That'll secure this position. So that's the basic idea going forward here. And then if there's time left in the scenario, we will, after capturing the left, if there's still time, we'll start working on the right and taking Papelotte, working up towards the Allied right objective. And, I don't expect to get too far in that in just 2 hours. But anyway, that's the general idea here, guys. Let's unpause the game here and get this going. All right, so you can see we are now, it's 12:30. We are moving into Hougomont here. And what we want to do now is we will recall some of these skirmishers. And we will take Soy's brigade here. We will un-TC them all and just start moving them kind of up into position here. Do this. And that seems good. Okay. And the next thing we want to do is bring some guns. So let's take these guys and we will move them out here and just start softening up some of this infantry. And we will do the same with these guns, and maybe we'll put them right about here. In the meantime, let's move, this is the division? Yeah, this is the division commander. So we want Huber's brigade, and we'll bring them kind of right up in here, just so we have some cavalry nearby, right? And we'll just keep them in column like that. Alright, so the Coldstream Guard has been stopped by the fact that they are essentially stuck in front of Hougomont at this point, because they came within range of it, so now they have to engage it. And we will keep firing away here on some of these units. So let's split off some more skirmishers here. Move them up into the woods here. In fact, maybe we can just kind of put them right here. And you can see these guys are backing up. They're getting ready to break. Now, interestingly enough, these guys are moving forward. I wonder if they will try to bypass Hougomont here. They're going to get shot in the back, and, might as well just keep this one cavalry squadron up here just to force them into square if we have to. So, okay. So we can see our guns moving over here. There those guys go. And there's our horse battery moving over on the left, so that's all proceeding according to plan here. They're again deploying into line, kind of just what we wanted. There goes one of the units on top of the wall there, so now we can move up onto the wall. We will recall this skirmisher unit, and we'll just move up onto the wall here and shoot these guys in the flank. Now we also want to start getting more of Bowden's brigade into the fort because we want to make sure we have enough manpower in there to deal with the Coldstream Guards. Call these guys. And we might as well put Bowden in here too. And we'll just get Bonaparte out of there, if need be. Okay, so our battery is in position, good position to start softening these guys up. And it looks like the Coldstream Guard is going to have a hard time getting by Hougomont here. So let's actually reposition this battery to kind of right here. And we'll just bring some squadrons up, just to put them kind of in range to protect the batteries and stop units from charging them or whatever. Oh, they surrendered. Okay, so we are basically done here with the units in Hougomont. We can recall some of these skirmishers. Don't need them. Don't need, well, that is a unit. Okay, so we don't need these guys. Don't need these guys. And don't need these guys. Okay. And I'm gonna get Jerome out of here. He doesn't need to be in here anymore. So we'll double click him, just back him up. Now he currently has Hougomont as his objective, but it will just transfer to Bowden once he's out of range of the objective. All right, so we want to start softening some of this, some of these units up here. And with the Coldstream Guards sitting there, what I think we can do here is just take one unit here. Well, let's just start kicking out some skirmishers. Oh, the other thing, before I do that, yeah, I wanted to bring Jamin's brigade over, just to have them here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Jamin's brigade is on the way over, and why don't we start getting this going here? Okay, so we're already starting to pick up points from this. This is good. Okay. So we want to just send these guys forward here, start getting a little skirmish line going. And that will basically cause the units to stand up, which will make them a little more susceptible to the artillery fire. Alright, where does the supply wagon think it's going? Don't be an idiot, guys. In fact, just come back by the guns where you belong. supply wagons have a mind of their own. Okay. So, Paladin should have control of the objective. He does indeed. Now, I don't want to just send all my units into Hougomont because they'll just take casualties needlessly. So I'm going to take some of them here and just kind of set them up behind Hougomont, just as a that's a skirmishing unit. We'll call them just as a little reserve in case some units get run out of there. We can then send them in to reinforce Hougomont. Okay, so let's do some of this. There we go. And some of this. Just start shooting these units up. And what I'll do is I'll just inch the battery up behind them. No, you guys go here. And you guys go here. Oh, God, with the stupid clicking. There we go. That's better. There we go. So we'll move up into canister range behind the safety of the skirmisher screen. And we'll bring some assault columns up just in rear of them. Send these guys over here. Start softening all of this up. And we'll maybe start aiming these guns just a little bit this way. No, won't let me do that. There we go. That's better. I think that's a little too far. Yeah, let's just do that. Aim them that way. And I don't know what kind of... These guys are really positioned badly. They're kind of facing the wrong way, so they're not bringing all their firepower against Hougomont. I can't imagine they're getting the best of it. So, alright, we've got... is that all my units from Bowden's Brigade that were in the woods? Do we have all of them out of here? Yeah, I think that's everybody. Okay. So, how are our skirms doing over here? They're doing pretty good. Just maybe send out a little bit more. And this is going to hurt once this opens up here. This is really going to make a mess of everything. Alright, so let's kick some more skirmishers out here. And we'll just put them right here. Sorry, I wanted to click on this unit right here. And we're really starting to get the best of this unit here. Okay. So, just some skirmishers will break them down. As soon as this gun battery gets set up, they're going to make mincemeat out of that. And we have now forced this unit into square, which means we can start, you can hear the canister, which means we can advance the battery a little bit. So let's, no, we don't want to use that one. Let's use this one and go up 50 yards. And we'll just close in on this square until we get into canister range of it. And let's bring another unit over here. right behind the cavalry unit. Need some more skirmishers out here. So you can see now our guns are in canister range. We'll start blowing this apart. We'll probably hit this unit too, and quickly start making mincemeat out of those guys. And just move this square up, this cavalry unit up a little bit more, and we'll advance another 50 yards with this gun battery here. Are they in? No, we got to go a little bit more to get into canister range. We want to be within 200 yards, so this should do it. This should do it. And I'll actually just halt the battery as soon as I see them come within 200 yards. And, well, we'll get as close as we can without getting into musket range. We'll go, say, right there. There we go. So we are well within canister range, but we are not in musket range. So let the demolition begin. And we will destroy these 3 units here. And then what we'll do is use our cavalry and see if we can run off some of these guns. Is jamming over here? Yes. So let's just shift him into position a little bit. Just bring him up right here. There we go. I don't want to get him involved yet. You can hear the canister just walloping away on these units now. They will not be long for life. There goes the square. Bye, guys. So now we can do the same thing. Bring these guys over here. Force this unit into square. And we'll just kind of turn this battery this way. They're already turning to face it, but we'll do a little more here. That should be good. Send another skirmisher unit out from this unit. Bring them out. Screen the cavalry. Oh, well, they're backing up. Okay, so they're reforming. These guys are broken. Now might be a good time to send the cavalry forward. See what we can get here. And we'll go with the column by division. Still continuing to shoot up that guard unit out there. We are starting to take some mounting casualties. However, I anticipate that once we start moving up, we'll be able to get this guard unit out of here, and that will relieve the pressure on Hougomont. They'll hold for long enough, and we still have some units in reserve. So no problem there. Anything else going on the map anywhere? No? Everything cool here? Nobody doing anything? Check Light Hassan. Ah, there it is. I was wondering what I was looking at. So, no, everybody just laying out there for now, so no big deal. What do we got? How many units in here? I got 2? Okay. So, yeah, we got plenty of units out here to reinforce La Haye-Sainte if we need to. Nothing crazy going on. How's our battery doing here, softening up? Papelotte? Ah, they're doing great. They had like 30 casualties last time I looked, so they're doing fine. Okay, back to the left here. Alright, so we're going to bring the cavalry up and see if we can run some of this stuff through. And let's take Wathez's cavalry and just post them on the flank in case this unit decides to get its morale back. And we'll just put them right out here. So here comes our cavalry. Sounded like a gunshot just went off one of the other apartments. Or maybe a firework, right? 4th of July. So yeah, guys, if you hear some like booms and stuff, going on, it's just because it's 4th of July and people in my neighborhood might be firing fireworks, who knows. If anything, it just adds to the overall cacophony going on here. So we're just waiting for our cavalry to come up here, and we'll try to run these guys down, Both of these guys' morale should be low enough that they won't be able to form square, and if we can do that, we can hit some of these guns and get rid of some of these guns. These guys are pretty much broken. These guys have regrouped, but their morale is low enough that they don't want to engage us again. So like I said, I'm just bringing up Wathez's cavalry here just to keep them from getting ornery. In the meantime, we can withdraw some of these skirmishers now. We don't need them right now. So we'll just pull them all back. And we will reform Soy's brigade now. And let's see if we can actually start mounting some artillery offense on some of these batteries over here, and getting that going. Softening some of this stuff up, and maybe what we'll do is bring this battery over as well. Or maybe not there. Here is Jerome. We'll bring Jerome up behind Jamin just because when we do capture the Allied left, I may want my brigade commanders to be able to do brigade formations, so we may just hold the objective with a division commander. And we can see a good portion of the Coldstream Guard's left is being quite shot up. There's a lot of bodies on the ground, so I think we're doing all right over there. And we'll unlimber some artillery and get a whole bunch of that going. So as soon as our cavalry is done forming up here, we will start seeing what we can get out of here. Oh, well, they're just running. They don't want any part of it. Can't say I blame them. So we can see now we do have a little bit more infantry back here. definitely have a little bit more infantry back here. We can probably form them into square. This cavalry could be an issue as far as trying to take the guns. So maybe what I'll do is just actually maybe split Huber's brigade and take the smaller half and run down some of these guns and see if we can do it without activating some of this cavalry. Because if we can get rid of the guns, then we can just inch up and square, sit on the objective, and implement, you know, formation control and just take it that way. And it looks like some of this battery is breaking up and starting to pull back a little bit, or reposition themselves. So if I can kind of go right through here with my cavalry, I'm hoping we can make quite a mess. Waiting for the last of our squadrons to form up here. Now, once we take the Allied left, what we want to do is just kind of set up a defense kind of in a semicircle from Hougomont and just kind of wrapped through the objective and then just kind of trail off this way. Because lest we forget, Chase's division is still at Braine-l'Alleud. It's a 7,700 man division, and if they do get called into action, which sometimes they do, then we want to have a defense set up facing this way to actually deal with them as they come up and protect Hougomont. So, all right, so let's split off. Let's split this brigade in half, right? Is this split brigade? No, it's joined brigade. All right, so we got another brigade commander here, and that is Denizat, and we will take him here and start moving towards these guns. And we have 4 squadrons. And this squadron here is getting targeted, so we're just going to back them out of the way a little bit. Now, the reason I'm only taking half the brigade is it's just too big a front, right? They're spread across, in a brigade formation, they're just spread across too big a front. And I want to try not to activate anything back here, not yet. So I want to be able to move my little 4 squadrons here, kind of right up in here, and see if we can sweep through some of this without activating any of this. So we're just trying to inch in on the objective here. All right, one of the most important things here is don't need to win the battle in the first hour. We have plenty of time here. As I said, it's not just the point values of the objectives. We're also trying to inflict casualties on the Allies while taking as few casualties as we can ourselves. Now this unit, even though it's a guard unit, it has repeatedly been pushed back. So hopefully this unit won't even form square, and they'll just break at the approach of cavalry. That's what I'm hoping. If they form square, then we're going to have to bring up some of Soy's units here. Oh, there they go. See, this is what I didn't want to happen. All right. So we'll halt. We'll just halt right in place here, and we'll send forward some skirmishers here. That's what we're going to have to do. And don't get any ideas, guys. And the first thing we'll do is put them out here. Split off a few more. Oh, well, we got to be careful because we don't want to get in range of these guns. The square is actually keeping me from getting to these guns. So let's advance this battery 50 yards here, and we'll just put canister to them, and that should get rid of them. Now they're forming line. So as soon as these skirmishers get out here, we'll advance one of these squadrons. We'll just play the combined arms games here. There they go, triggering back into square. We now have our skirmishers out there. The guns should be in range to a little bit more. No, the guards are within 92 yards. They're excellent. And we'll just kick out another skirmish unit to screen the right half of the battery. Kind of right here. Okay, so the canister's going to make mincemeat of the square, and then we can send the cavalry forward. There they go. Okay. Goody goody. Just what we wanted. Alright, so now we can use our cavalry and send them to take the guns. Let's go, boys. Now these guns are going to try and move in now that the Coldstream Guard is gone. They're going to try and move in, set up shop, and shoot canister at our skirmishers. If they do, I'll recall them. And the cavalry is coming. We have Wassez out here holding these guys in place. We'll shift him over a little bit. The guns are limbering up and getting out of there. I'm perfectly fine with that. Waiting for the rest of my cav to come up. That should be close enough. And let's just see what we can get here. Now, unfortunately, the thing about capturing guns with cavalry is, well, you don't get to crew them or anything. They just kind of get taken off the field. Looks like we might hit the Coldstream Guard here. Get rid of them. There they go. And we'll just run this down as much as we can. Take as many guns as we can. form the guard into square. That's fine. That's beautiful. No dummies. Don't charge the square. Okay. So we managed to clear a lot of this out, and now what we'll do is bring soy forward in square. Oh, I'm sorry. There they go. At the same time, we will also bring Huber. Where did he go? Huber? There he is. Bring him up. Oh, I see we got a couple of guns left out here. See if we can just get rid of this gun. They're trying to limber up and get out of there, but I think we'll get them. See what we can clean up over here. Let's get rid of whatever artillery we can. Good job, boys. Clear the field. No, no, no. Don't want that. Okay. Well, we can... I don't know what these guys are doing. We got a couple of skirmisher units that are acting funny. Call them. Recall them. Recall them. Okay. So start advancing our little square section here. And then what we'll do is we'll get this square out of the way and this square out of the way and bring up guns. And that should nab us the objective, or be very close to it. These guys are fresh. I just want to take this gun battery out. Oh, there's an artillery battery here. You guys can get out of there. Let's see if we can just run up on these guys and get them out of here. Now our squares are coming up, so we can just if we activate some of this cavalry, we're gonna just grab our cavalry and get them out of there. You guys can come back here. But I just want to get this one last gun out of the way. It's kind of right in the way. Right in the way of where I want to be. And there we can retreat. Okay. Alright, so let's start bringing the guns up. We'll put this battery right here for now. Again, we're going to move the square out of the way. Put them right back behind the battery in line. Hubert, why don't you... We will TC all your units, because they don't need to be under... Still no sign of chase, that's good. That is excellent. Hassan is, our Hougomont is no longer under fire, so we're just occupying that cleanly. And do we have the objective yet? No, we need to inch up a little bit more. Little bit more. That's Huber. That's Soy. Okay. So just a little bit more. And where is Hubert? He... Where was that brigade commander that I split him off of? Okay, so now we have the objective. And, yes. Okay. So this guy can just halt right here, and we'll bring the guns up behind the square. Bring some cavalry up on the flanks. No, you can form line. Those guys are just running out of there anyway. No, dummy. The enemy's right is now in our hands, Monseigneur. I suggest we continue pressing northward and take the crucial crossroads of Mont Saint-Jean. So we just popped open another objective. As soon as you capture either the left or the right, you will open the Mont Saint-Jean objective. If we can get it, we will. Maybe drive up the center later. But for right now, we're not going to worry about that objective. And we want to take this cavalry squadron, just bring them up on the flanks. These guys as well. Just have some flanked cavalry. And these guys are just holding all this in square right now. So that's good. And as soon as we get this all worked out, we'll bring some guns up and form these guys into line as well. And just have a nice little battery set up here. So we got to reposition this a little better. Just a little better. Not bad, not bad. We'll just move it little bit more. That should be good. And we should be able to pound away on all of this from these two gun positions here. Where was my other battery? Let's bring them up. And we will also put them kind of right in here. That's a little too close to the squares. Yeah, something more like that. And then the remainder of what we got, our forces over here. So we have Jammin's brigade, which is unused, and we will start extending the formation this way just to secure our left flank here. And I don't really think I'm going to push too much further forward. I have the objective. That's our big source of points. There's a lot of juice out here for us to pound away on with our artillery. And we've cleared off most of the Allied artillery. A lot of their other guns are just effectively out of position. And we're just waiting to secure all of it. So let's get some skirmishes going to screen our stuff. Screen our goodies. Screen our squares. Screen our battery. You know, and this just helps, you know, lessen our casualties. And we'll put one more in front of this square. Where's my battery? It's coming up. And where did I place them? So, okay. So, we'll just move our square, kind of, our line right up here. Got these guys stuck in square now. Not that it matters, there's not really too much I can do with them. In fact, I'll just kind of hold them right there. I don't want to get fired on, I just want to make sure we get out of musket range. $152 yards, can't get much more out of, well, that, I just want to back them up a little bit more. Just so I'm really out of musket range. 152 yards. Perfect. And there we go. Let's see if we can actually... here comes our battery. So let's kick off some skirmishers. And we will put a skirmisher unit right in front of the square here. And we can pull this cavalry unit kind of off to the side here. You know what else we need? Oh, here's a better one. Supply wagons. Alright, there goes our guns. Kick off some more skirmisher units. Screen everything. And we'll just put them right in front of the battery. And our artillery should do a good job here of just cleaning up a lot of this mess here. But the main point here is we're going to gain tons of points from this objective. It's worth a few hundred points a minute. It's beautiful stuff. And still no sign of chase. Well, these guys have had it. Alright, so let's bring Jammin's brigade up here. And not much going on the cavalry end of things here, so I'm just going to set up in line out here. Alright, I got everybody TC'd. And we'll set up a line, we'll bring some, we got artillery on the flanks. I would like a gun battery. I would like a gun battery. Who are you guys? Oh, that's Bowden too. Did he get, he must have gotten retreated out of the fort before, we'll let him rest, and we'll bring these guys in. They're nice and fresh, they're doing good. We'll bring them in to take up the Hougomont position. And, yeah. Okay, anything else popping on the map here? Nothing, nothing. So, alright, we have effectively taken Hougomont, the Allied left. We still have La Haye Sainte. We have opened the, as I said, the Mont Saint-Jean objective. Maybe later we can drive through the center and go for it, but obviously it's much further away than either of these two objectives. So as soon as I finish tidying everything up over here, that went actually very well. We did that within less than an hour, so we can move over and possibly take Papelotte and the Allied right and secure pretty much all the main objectives. And then what I'll do, if we can do that, is begin setting up the Place Noire defense for the Prussians. Oh, look at this. You guys stripping defenses from your center here? Which way are you going? Oh yeah, you're definitely coming here. So, alright. We have a contestant for Do You Want to Play Games with the Fortress? Which is always one of my favorite games to play. So we got some cavalry here. We'll bring them up. Bring these guys up. And, oh, you're also part of Hooper's brigade, so we'll bring you up as well. Just kind of put you this way. Just so we have cavalry in positioned throughout the fortress. This will do nothing for these guys, but they'll come up, they'll block the cavalry, so they can't be a problem. They'll be forced into square. How about you guys? Yeah, you're rested again. Send you out over here on the flank. And I mean, this is good. These are actually really low quality troops, I believe. They're probably level 3 or 4. But there's a lot of them. So if we can get them to come up close, we'll be able to inflict a ton of casualties on them. And earn even more points without really exposing ourselves to taking casualties, because we're going to do it with mostly artillery and just use our cavalry as formation controllers. And we're just kind of shooting up the left side of this line here. Maybe I can bonk these guys into square. Still no sign of Chase's division. That's excellent. Now these guys can't do anything because they can't advance on us without being forced into square. You know what I would like? Who's this? This is Pyre. He's the cavalry division commander. We'll bring him up and just keep him by Waftaz here, just so I can keep track of all my leaders. And we still got more of Huber's cavalry here. And who's coming forward here? Oh, look at this. They're coming forward with cavalry, too. Alright, so we may have to recall our skirmishers. No problem. That's not a problem. Because we're going to force their infantry into the square as well. So So they're moving off here. Not sure what they're planning to do. And we have set up in line over here. Got our cavalry on the flank. I would like a battery. Give me a battery. These guys over here aren't doing anything. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna bring up a battery. Just put them in front of this line unit here. No. Right here, guys. There we go. That's good. So they may just be strengthening their position. They may not be trying to make an attack here. They may just be happy that we've stopped. The important thing, though, is they must have stripped a lot of their defenses from over here. You can see this part of the line is really thinned out. So the right is going to be pretty easy to take, I suspect. In fact, why don't we just quickly go over there and see what it looks like. Oh my, have they stripped a lot off of here. Oh yeah, they have really stripped a lot. There is nothing out here. Boy, that looks right. That looks right for the plucking. We do want to get Papelotte first. But let's finish getting this going here, and I don't want to get too overzealous and basically try to go after too much at once here. So why don't we take some skirmishers now? Well, you know what I want to do is first TC this whole brigade. Just bring these guys back here for now. It's good to have one squadron around there. And we're just racking these points up here. Let's see what we're at anyway. So we are at 23,808 points, making a lot of progress. Within an hour, we've gained 16,000 points. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Still not 130 yet. And as you can see, any of these units that approach here are going to have to contend with cavalry. So let's split off some skirmishers here just to start screening some of this stuff. Move, boys. And we'll put them right out here, right in front of the cavalry, and we'll do another one. And put them right out in front of this cavalry, just to start screening stuff. So all this formation control here is going to keep these guys from really being able to do anything. And you can see we're just starting to earn points by the boatload with this artillery here. And okay, let's resupply here. Let's get that going. Just run by these caissons. And you can see our cavalry is now well protected behind... Whoa, there's a gun battery out here? Where the hell is that? Oh, okay. Let's back you up a little bit, boys. See if we can get you out of range. A little close to that gun battery. I didn't see him back there. No problem. Didn't see that. And we'll just pull in these lines just a little bit, just to make sure we're not getting toasted by this battery here. And if they hit us again, I'll just keep kind of backing up. We could be still too close. We are. Okay. Tell you what, though. And now these guys are, of course, getting hit. So we're just going to withdraw until we're out of canister range. Yeah, you know, I'll tell you something. Maybe I can just zip in and out of here with a cavalry squadron here and capture this gun. Yeah, I'm going to have to run by a square to do it and take some casualties, but it'd be worth it to get rid of this gun. Yeah, they're eating some casualties here. Charge, dummies. Why won't you charge? I guess maybe we got the gun? Okay, get out of there. Run, boys. I think we got the gun. Oh no, we didn't. It's still right there. I wonder why my morale must have not been high enough. God. Yeah, it's tough to do that, to go into enemy lines and actually take a gun. But whatever, we'll just back up as much as we have to. Where's my battery? Is it on the way? Okay, there we go. There we go. And we'll kick out some skirmishers from some of these rear units here. Just place them out in front of the guns. Oh, you guys want to get froggy, huh? Is that what's gonna happen? Let me introduce you to my friend Cavalry. You guys want to play? Well, it looks like this gun battery here has stopped causing us problems. And we got our squadron back. And yeah, we're just continuing to rack up points here. Let's resupply this caisson over here. Our guns are racking up points. We're just pounding out this square as well here. There we go. We'll resupply all that stuff. And let's put out another skirmisher unit here to screen the cavalry. And our gun battery is coming forward here, and that's going to really change things. Change the game. Guys, I don't know if you know how this works. But you can't just advance when there's cavalry. Bad things will happen. That's just not how it works. As you can see, forced into square. Wow, wow, wow. Send out a skirmisher unit to defend against, defend our cavalry here. Yeah, there goes the combined arms. These guys are all doing beautifully here. And these guys are stuck in square now. These guys are stuck in square. This is just torture. Torturous. And why don't we grab their supply wagon here. Just bring it up to behind this battery. Double quick. Maybe some used roads. Yeah. That's perfect. Put them on the road. They'll move nice and quick. And I really don't think this is going to amount to anything over here. I mean, these units are just sitting in square out here. They don't even have to anymore. So I really think that they just moved. They just went to strengthen their right here in case I can push forward anymore. But I really have no intention of doing that. Want to get rid of this stuff, send them all running. So at this point now, our flank is very well protected. We are basically completely in front of Hougomont, so it's not going to take any more losses. One thing I will do is see what units I have in here that are still skirmisher units. And just recall them if I have any. I don't think I have too many of them anymore. Okay, so that's a skirmisher unit. We'll recall them. That's a skirmisher unit. We'll recall them. That's a skirmisher unit. We'll recall them. I'm just cleaning up, doing a little housekeeping here real quick. Yeah, so anybody that left that's a skirmisher unit. Yeah, that's a full unit. And that's a full unit, so, alright. And we'll just move the rest of Bowden's brigade into Hougomont. And that's where they'll be. So what does that leave us over here? So we still have the other half of Foy's division. So we have is that Gauntier's brigade? Yeah, and then we still have whose division is this? This is like Husan and right, Husan and Campy's brigade. Yeah, so we still have another division over here to work with. All right, so we have forces we want to move up and cave the rest of this in later on. But we want to go where the points are first, so I think all of this stuff now is pretty secure. Maybe we'll just send one more skirmisher unit out here on the left. just to screen whatever cavalry is over here. We really don't have a use for this supply wagon, so we'll just bring them up and put them over here. Alright guys, I'm just going to quickly run to the fridge, get something to drink, and I think this is all contained. I don't see, this is just infantry. They're facing the full might of all three arms out here. So I really don't think any of this is going to be a problem. They're just going to back out of the way, and it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, they just keep backing off, and I'm not going to pursue them. I'm not interested in pursuing them. But, and then we'll begin moving on Papelotte and the Allied right, which has really been stripped now to reinforce. I'm sorry, moving on the Allied left. This is the Allied right. It's our left, so I just keep saying that. Begin moving on the Allied left, which has really been stripped, as we saw before when I went over there, to reinforce this part of the line. Little do they know, I really have no intention of pushing any further on this part of the line. We got the objective. It's a huge source of points. We're going to gain far more points from holding this objective than we would trying to push past it, especially when there's still more objectives on the map. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I am back, and so they pulled back to a safe distance. We're in business here. I'm just going to do a quick supply wagon run while I'm here with this supply wagon. We'll just run them across. There we go. And okay, this looks all pretty self-contained. I got a little too much cavalry over here. It doesn't need to be so much cavalry over here. In fact, maybe we'll just put them in the Orchid over here. One squadron will do it. Just a position controller. So let's check our points real quick. So we have just passed 30,000 points, guys. Incidentally, that's the score you need for a major victory. In other words, I could end the scenario right now, and that would be a major victory. We already have enough points within, you know, basically an hour. You see what I meant when I said you can trip and fall and land on 30,000 points in this scenario. It's just a ridiculously low score to achieve a major victory, and we've hardly done anything. Okay. So let's see how we're going to crack Papelotte open here. Alright, so ideally, what I would like to do is just send out some skirmishers and start surrounding this area. So let's bring you guys up here. So let's kick out some skirms, and we're going to go and engage the fort. Units on this side. And one unit right on this side. Now, where's this unit going? Yeah, so this unit we'll put right over here. And we'll send out some skirmish from this unit. Place them right about here. And these guys immediately wake up. We may be able to block them. Just stick some cavalry out here, right? Keep them from moving to engage us. Just put a cavalry squadron out there, and they would have to form square. If this unit moves towards us, I'll screen the cavalry, of course, but we'll be able to stop them from engaging what we're doing. Oh, well, bye, fellas. Really? Okay, another unit has moved in. Okay. And we'll send these guys right out here. Is that an officer? That is just an officer. We literally can move in right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our skirmisher units and just place them in. So that's why it pays to soften up stuff with artillery, because there was really nothing to them, it turns out. They had already been softened up, and we were able to just kind of surround them, and off they went. Okay. So, hey, where's the rest of my battery anyway? Where'd they go? Oh, what the hell are you guys doing back there? They must have run out of ammo. So we'll bring a supply wagon up and just tell you the truth. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the Grand Battery has fallen off. I should do a supply wagon run on the Grand Battery. I really should. I know it's fucking boring, but really should do it. They earn us a lot of points. It's worth it to take the time to resupply the Grand Battery. All the supply wagons are congregated over here. So, alright, we're out of there now. So let's just move forward with, where is Brew anyway? There he is. Okay. So at this point, let's recall these guys. We can recall all of them. We're too far to wait on split. Okay. Alright, so we'll just, we'll manually un-TC these units so I don't mess with the skirmishers. And we'll just kind of move the brigade up right in here. There we go. Okay. Everything cool over here? See, this is why I set up these positions like this, so that I don't have to watch it too hard anymore. You know, it just kind of sits here and maintains the status quo. I may come over and do a supply wagon run or something. You know, there's not much else to do. wonder if that tree counts as a defensive terrain bonus. That'd be funny. Nah. Nothing really going on over here. Yeah, we're golden. It's all quiet. Yeah, no sign of chase. Nah, he's just out there. Okay. Okay, so we can go back to Papelotte now. And yeah, we literally have this column basically blocked off here. We're just going to keep moving our cavalry between us and this column here. And what we'll do is move up, and well, we can get a nice view now of what's out here. So there is some cavalry off to the right. Looks like a division, but the objective is, of course, way over here. So, what do we got? 3 battalions and some infantry. Shouldn't be too hard to take care of. We will just send cavalry forward to attack the guns, force these units into square. We'll bring up some of our guns, some of our cavalry. I did bring some cavalry up in anticipation of this. So while the whole Papelotte thing is going on, why don't we form the 2 brigades we're going to use? So we got Grenier and Pigot. So we'll form them up in assault column behind the Grand Battery here. And who should we take as far as cavalry? So, all right, we'll take, we shouldn't need that too much, so 870 men should be fine. And we'll bring them up right behind the infantry. That should be plenty. And we'll bring a horse battery up with us. Okay, that should be plenty. And we'll see if we can save the rest of Durland's corps later, because depending on how much we pound away on the forces on the Allied left, or the Allied right, and what we do on the Allied left over here, if they're weak in the center, which they appear to be, we may have enough of a force left with Durland's corps, some of the Second Corps here perhaps, and if necessary, we still, of course, have the almighty Imperial Guard if we need them. So maybe we can get the Mont Saint Jean objective later on. I'm not going to worry about it now. Okay, so let's send these guys into the fort here. And these guys into the fort. Maybe now we're close enough to recall some of these units. Don't need skirmishers. Okay, so, and you guys are supposed to go in here. These guys are supposed to go in here. And these guys can go in here. And we'll move Brew up here. And we'll shoot these guys out of the way, and then we'll move against this column here. Might as well bring a squadron with us. Where is our objective? The objective is right up there. So let's do this. And position these guys right here. Okay. And our cavalry is coming up right behind. We can move them up kind of right here. And our battery, let's make sure they're not overlapping. Yeah, they are. Okay. Battery will just back up a little bit. Okay, that should be enough of a force to take the objective. So we now have the Papelotte objective. I think it's also a 1 minute waypoint objective. So yeah, there we go. And 500 points for that too. So we'll just shoot these guys out, and as soon as they're gone, we will... oh, we can now resupply this artillery battery. Maybe bring them up to pound away on this a little bit. There they go. And I'm just going to move the cavalry right in between, just so these guys are cut off. And these guys are holding all that at bay. And we'll just wait for our squadron to come up, and then we will move on. In all honesty, maybe we'll just hold on to Papelotte with this brigade and carry out the attack. Papelotte's a safe place to be. Alright, so our cavalry is forming up. Here comes our guns. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Well, I think we should send the cavalry forward first to take the guns. And we can actually see there is a lot more back here than I thought there was. There are some more battalions. But we're going to use our cavalry to force them into square. And this is where we want to hit. So... why don't we send the cavalry forward? And we'll send them forward kind of right like this. And we will bring the infantry right up behind them. And these guys, I'm going to wait till they stop, until the cavalry kind of passes them before I click them to move. So, in fact, I should probably do the same thing with these guys. Just, we'll just halt them. No, not double quick. Halt. Halt them. Let the cavalry move by them first. And then send them forward. That way, they don't end up moving in front of the cavalry. Because we want the cavalry to run down the guns first. And we should be far enough away that we're not going to activate any of this. We just want to go after this little area right in here. Get in there and get that objective. Because I still don't know what's back here. Can't see it now. We're just going to let the cavalry move past our infantry, then we'll send our infantry forward behind the cavalry. and then we'll basically charge the guns with the cavalry, force all this into square, bring up the infantry, bring up the cannon, and be able to start pounding away on this. That's the plan. Meanwhile, let's just make sure everything's going smooth over here. All quiet. Yeah, this is all backed off. And we're just racking up points here from this objective. 10,000 points already. It's all going real smooth. These guys we might as well recall. And we'll just kind of send these guys over here. Everything else looks pretty quiet over here. Little supply wagon run. Let's check Napoleon at La Belle Alliance. He's got 38,000 points. In fact, just because it does make Napoleon easier to find for me, I am just going to move him directly over here to La Belle Alliance. Just because when the Prussians arrive, he's kind of a central point on the field. I can just zip the camera around and know where he is. So we'll just move him to La Belle Alliance. Okay, so our cavalry's out in front. Let's send the infantry forward now. Right at this point. Assault column. And this brigade right up here. Now obviously I'm anticipating that none of those guns will be there by the time the infantry gets there. Alright, we're moving at the double quick here. Hope I haven't tuckered my voice out too much. Nah, they're beautiful. Okay. Can I get a Vive la France for this cavalry charge here, guys? There's some canister. And charge the guns! Take the guns! There we go. Gobble, gobble. Alright, that's all of them. Can we take any of these guys? Can I just run through this? That'd be amazing. Do you guys have time to form squares? Some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them are going to get hit. And we can see now that we've crested the hill that there is actually not a lot back here. No, 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 no. We can make that unit withdraw. Well, this may be easier than I thought. Alright, so now we've got some cavalry up on the objective. And we can actually just move our brigade, our commander up there. Here comes our infantry. And, well, let's get our battery going too here. We will bring them up right on the objective here. Imagine if we could set this up where we just fire right through their flanks. Oh, that'd be amazing. Let's do this. That'd be too beautiful. I think we need more men to actually occupy this objective. Okay, so let's, these guys are 195 yards away. I don't know what you got. Oh, they're shooting at these guys. Okay. So let's back all this off. Back all this off. Created a nice little bridgehead here. So let's bring this battery up too, because what we'll do is set up shop kind of facing this way too. Have a battery here. Really not much over here. They really stripped a lot of this to go defend their right part of the line. We really kind of hoodwinked them there. And our infantry is coming up. Okay, so oh, we now have the objective. That's good. We are going to have to deal with some of these guns. Oh, right, there we go. Okay, so Bylance Brigade is trying to move over. We got cavalry up here. We've taken the enemy left. Now is the time for us to continue pressing northward and take the crucial road of Mont Saint-Jean. Well, no, not really, because we do know the Prussians are coming. And the Allies appear to be maneuvering here, so we are going to have to get some forces up here to face them. None of you guys are doing anything, right? We have kind of broken through and split this part of the line here. So let's do this. And bring this up right in here. And we'll set up some fortresses. We got our cavalry will hold this square long enough. Who is shooting at us here? What is going on here? Okay. Who's taking losses? Looks like that one cavalry squadron. Hey, you guys are moving off. Battery time. Let's get these guys. You just gave us your guns, you idiots. What were you thinking? I mean, seriously, what were you thinking? That was pretty dumb. Why won't you charge? This must be terrain they can't charge into. There we go. There we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. You can't charge while you're in the terrain. But you can charge into the terrain. There we go. That's how you do it. Okay. So let's bring this back here. And where's our guns? Come on, guns. Alright, all our artillery's moving up. This is all held in check nicely. Anything going on over here? Nice and peaceful. You stay that way. Peace and tranquility. I like it. We are starting to take some losses from some of this artillery. So, to tell you the truth, though, they've taken, you know, a long time just to inflict a couple of casualties. So I'm not going to worry about it yet. So they have shifted some of their cavalry, but I'm still anticipating we're going to have plenty of time to set up this defense here. Might as well get some of this going. There goes the square. Okay. So we're holding all of this in position now. Whoa, boys. Hey, you guys do know the rules, right? Glad to hear it. As soon as we get our artillery up here, we'll secure this all. Alright, so they're broken. And, where's our gun battery? Here they come. Here they come. Place these guns right here. And we should start kicking out some skirmishers at this point. Screen this. Green this. Nope. Right here, guys. Right here. There we go. These guns are going to destroy these squares. I mean, absolutely destroy them. Just going right for the canister, eh, boys? Comes our battery commander. Where is the brigade commander here? Here he is, to go. Yeah, this is gonna be pleasant. How to destroy a brigade 101. Gonna need to get a supply wagon up here. we're just destroying some of these squares here. And we can start moving some line units out here. Come on, boys. More direct. There we go. Where you boys think you're going. They may be moving to try and attack La Haye-Sainte, but we have plenty of forces out there. That's not a big deal. In fact, at this point, I think we can take a gun battery, bring them up here. We've wiped out a lot of that artillery. See if they are indeed moving towards La Haye-Sainte. So we have got a nice wedge in here, and we'll kick off some skirmishers from this unit and start shooting at this one little square that happens to be annoying us. There we go. Just move into the woods here and demolish them. These guys can move up in front of this skirmisher unit. Other than that, this looks pretty... They are definitely going for La Haye-Sainte, I think. Kick out another... We're almost done setting this up, though, anyway. Supply wagon run. Keep that canister full. Yeah, they're moving on La Haye-Sainte. So let's, how do we want to play with this? So we got our gun battery coming up. Okay, so let's take a unit, put them out here in line. Same with this unit, put them out here in line. This way we can kick out some skirmishers. We need to reinforce, we'll reinforce. But they're going to have a hard time just getting by the fort here. Oh, now where are you guys going? No, you're not moving to La Haye-Sainte, huh? Now you're just going to add more strength to the unit. See, it keeps doing this. It keeps thinking that I'm going to keep pushing forward after I've taken the objective, when I'm not. Not now, anyway. And let's take some more skirmishers from this unit here. And just surround this square a little bit. Start massacring them. This is all going well. No guns over here, there's no nothing over here. This is beautiful. So Alright, we can pull this cavalry back now. And send out a line unit over here. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Okay, we got some forces moving out here. Okay. So they are moving towards La Haissante. And let's bring up a brigade. How about Busson's brigade? That'll work out. And a cavalry brigade. How about you fellas? Just so we have some combined arms forces out here. In the meantime, we will use Charlet here. And put him in line. And put the battery up front. Oh, you guys are serious with a heart attack right now, huh? That's alright, we got plenty of forces coming up. Bring some more guns up. You guys are deadly serious right now. You know we've got plenty of forces out here, guys. I mean, really. So, I do like some of the aggressiveness of the British here. This is pretty cool. So, alright, let's kick out some skirmishers. Just to start engaging all of this. Actually quite a lot of forces. Alright, so we're going to tie them up and start forcing them to engage. Move these guys out right here. This will be the skirmishers. Okay. And we'll bring some assault columns out. No, we want to put you in assault column.
kick out some skirms.
You know, this stuff does generate us a lot of points, too. Canister fire is just such a point generator. We're going to need a supply wagon. Damn. Okay. Bring these guys up. Where did I place these guys? We'll do more like right here, I think. That's better. We got a whole nother brigade coming up. So this brigade was able to stop this up pretty good. So we'll put these guys right here. How many points we're getting for this is crazy. So, by the way, guys, at this point we have captured all of the starting objectives. And I still haven't done my Grand Battery supply yet. So I'm just going to do the whole line right here. There we go. That'll resupply a lot of them. Okay, so now we can kick out some skirmishers from these guys. Put them right in front of this unit. And yeah, that's all safe. Plus we got cavalry coming up to control the formations. We can start sticking stuff into square, and that'll be beautiful. And Lai Hassan, of course, has really not taken any damage because of that. Alright, so this is all going well. We're just generating a ton of points here. We need that supply wagon, though. Where are you? Oh, here they come. Get over there, keep those guns in canister. So quickly, let's make sure the right is still okay. Did we get rid of that square? Yes, they're all gone. Okay. Recall. Recall. Definitely need to get that supply wagon over here now. Where are you guys? Here they are. You guys can back off and be behind here. Okay, this all looks well contained over here. Okay, so we are dealing with a little attack out here, but hopefully this wraps up soon and we can then turn our attention to setting up the defense at Place Noir. Another battery out here. Where did I set them up to go? I wonder. Right here. So we'll take this brigade and just put them right here. We're only a few minutes away from ending this one anyway, so I'll just kind of hang around for the last 5 minutes and we'll worry about the defense of Place Noir on the next video. So that looks all nice and secure now. resupply wagon run. Our battery is in position. We can now send our cavalry out on the flanks here to protect that. And change these guys to put them up here in assault column. Do the same thing here. Move these guys out on the flank. And do we have another battalion to play with? No, but our skirmishers are already out, so we'll put them back here. And again, we'll put cavalry out here on the flank. No, dummies. You guys are going here. I meant to click on this cavalry unit. And we'll put these guys out on the flank. I just want to keep an eye on this cavalry and make sure they don't do anything. So, alright, we control Plassanois. Not Plassanois, we control Papelotte. And I'm not really going to worry about these guys, because I'm going to pull away from all of this eventually when I go to set up a Plassanois defense. So, okay. I noticed the Grand Battery has picked up on its fire. Okay, so we still got a bunch of units out here. Maybe we'll send these guys right out here in line. Okay, let's resupply these guns and get the canister going again. That's what we're bombing away on all of this stuff again. They've got nearly 500 points. Let's check our point total here, see how we're doing. So we're at 60,000 points in the first 3 hours of the game. But now it's going to really start racking up because we've got all the objectives now. Check over here, make sure everything's going good. Ooh, these guys are pooped. Pooped next time. Why don't we recall them and kick out a fresh unit. Get out there, boys. Other than that, everything seems pretty status quo here. So, all right, guys, we are here at 14:30 hours. There we go. We'll pause the game right here. We have just crossed 60,000 points on our journey to 325,000 points. So we are 3 hours into the game now, but we have at this point taken all the starting objectives. So that's going to rack up a huge amount of points for us, as well as all the casualties we're going to continue to inflict on. We have basically 3 fronts going now out here, one at Hougomont, and then the other out here. So at the beginning of the next video, I will attempt to quell this rebellion in here and just really bring a lot of artillery. We got cavalry out here now, more guns. I'll bring them up and we'll just kind of link this all, maybe even all the way to the Orchid here. and just really advance our whole center here to start pounding all of this to dust. And hopefully, if I can get all that done within like the first half hour or so, we will begin coming over here. As you can see, I already brought a lot of forces over here to set up the defense of Place and Noir. We're basically going to start from around here and just kind of move northwards. The Prussians usually come down this road or this road, and we'll have a nice defense set up for them in terms of the, setting up the fortress and bring cavalry forward as skirmisher, as formation controllers. I may move the Imperial Guard forward into the reserve position behind Place Noir. Maybe not all of it. The Imperial Guard is freaking huge. So who are these? These are so these are the chasseurs. These are the grenadiers. So I kind of want to save them because they're the absolute best of the best. It's nearly 9,000 troops in case I do want to make a drive forward through the center later on. But maybe we'll take the young guard here. We got 2 brigades, and we'll bring them up to strengthen the Place Noir position. We got plenty of guns out here. We still got plenty of unused cavalry. So we ought to be able to set up a strong defense at Place Noir, very similar to what I did in the actual main series video I did for this battle. Obviously, we won't have as much to play with as we did in that video, but that video was pretty much, it was overkill. I didn't need that much. So we don't need to build an entire ring of fortresses. They pretty much come down through, this area. And basically just set up a defense from here to kind of up in here, and that should be good. But yeah, I think that's it, guys, for this video, for this episode. And like I said, we are at 60,000 points, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Take it easy.